Yo, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome to another video. Today we've got some great information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with the big man, Reggie Fils-Aimé. He's been going around giving interviews based on various different games, but there was one tidbit from a recent interview that really caught my eye. Shout outs to Stealth to also highlighting this. If you want to read the full article, make sure you check out the link in the description below. But it's the same old Reggie type of marketing stuff, but there was a nice little bit that came out about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and also Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, according to Reggie Fils-Aimé, both of those games, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and also Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, have had the most pre-orders ever in Switch history. This beats out games like Splatoon 2, Super Mario Odyssey, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I found that to be somewhat surprising that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee would beat out those games in pre-orders. Now, when it comes to overall sales, I don't know if it's going to top 10 million units or whatever the case is, since we do have another Pokemon game in terms of a bigger one and all of that coming out next year that fans are more used to. I think that game is probably going to beat out Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee when it comes to pre-orders and sales pretty easily. But then again, at the same time, I don't think anybody expected this to be coming out, especially considering how Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee has been embroiled in a lot of controversy with some of the fans and everything. But I think at the end of the day, a lot of these people that were complaining about the game might end up going and buying the game. And this is just the US. So I don't know how it's going to be in Europe. I don't know how it's going to be in Japan, but I'm guessing that there's going to be some large sales in those countries as well. So that's definitely good to see. Now with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I expected this, right? Because you have more Nintendo Switches out at this point than there's ever been before. So of course, with more Nintendo Switches, that's going to lead to more pre-orders and more sales naturally. So I would be shocked if Super Smash Bros. Ultimate didn't outsell or get right up to where Super Mario Odyssey is, or for example Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm expecting the game to sell like 10 million or whatever copies in the first couple months. I don't think it should take that long for the game to do that well, just because of how many more Nintendo Switch units are out there. We're well over 20 million at this point, and it's even going to get bigger and bigger during the holiday season. And the thing about this game, when it comes to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and also Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, they're being isolated a lot more than what we saw last year, because there was sales restraints with the hardware, right? Not everybody could just get a Switch at points. The US, it was a little bit better than, like, let's say Japan, but now pretty much stock is all there. There's multiple different bundles for people to pick from. There's just so many more options in getting a Switch, and there's better Black Friday deals because you're able to get a Switch, for example, with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for $299. So you are going to have better deals. There's more Nintendo Switches out there, and these two games are being isolated and focused with a November game and a December game. I think that's stronger than what we saw last year from the Nintendo Switch with Super Mario Odyssey and also Xenoblade Chronicles 2 at the end of the year, then also Fire Emblem Warriors as well. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild came out at the beginning of the year, March. It was a launch title, right? But yes, it sold huge in the holiday season. Can't deny that, but it's not isolated like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is, and also Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is right there in the holiday season. Nintendo didn't even have a November first party game, right? Last year, there wasn't any. There was just a bunch of third party games on there. So maybe a little bit out of sight, out of mind for some of the games out there like Splatoon. Those games still sold really well though, so everything did good. But this time they have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee right there with the rush of people coming in with the stores and everything like that, and the hype of the game launching. Heck, it's launching tomorrow as of the time that I'm recording this video. So I think that with that game, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and then also Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, poised to have a huge holiday season. In the article, they talk about how Nintendo has the lofty goals. I'm not sure if they're going to hit the goals. They need to sell however many million units. I'm not sure if Nintendo's going to hit their sales forecasts or not, but to me, it doesn't even really matter based on what Nintendo's done with the Wii U. Look at the GameCube. The Wii was somewhat of a different type of thing. When you look at historically compared to Nintendo's systems, the Switch is just doing so much better than what anybody was willing to give it credit for at the beginning. So I'm excited to see going forward, especially with the 2019 lineup. Anything they don't get, they'll make it up in 2019 with the big games that they have set up for release. What it's looking like with Fire Emblem and Pokemon and Animal Crossing and so many more titles that they've announced. I think it's going to be huge in 2019 as well, especially that 1-2 punch of Pokemon and Animal Crossing in the same year. Those are two massive system sellers. But we're seeing that Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, and also Super Smash Bros. Ultimate are helping move systems quite a bit, especially Smash Bros. Here in the US with that bundle. So what do you guys think about what Reggie had to say here with these two games? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the next topic here, it seems like Square Enix is starting work on Final Fantasy XVI. At least that's what it looks like based on the Luminous Productions character modeler LinkedIn resume listing a new AAA title for the PlayStation 5. So the LinkedIn resume of Tomohiro Tokoro, a 3D character modeler at Square Enix subsidiary Luminous Productions, lists a new AAA title for PlayStation 5 in development at the studio. Now, Square Enix recently confirmed that Luminous Productions has shifted direction to focus its resources on the development of a completely new AAA title for the global market. The Luminous Productions section of the developer's profile also mentions a new mobile title for China, as well as the expansions for Final Fantasy XV, including 3 canceled episodes. So let's talk about this just a bit, because there was a lot of drama at Square Enix recently with the producer leaving to go start his own company, and with Luminous Productions they had a $33 million extraordinary loss or something like that. So basically things aren't looking too good, but that doesn't mean it's not going to get better with what they're going to be doing here. And it does seem to me like they've started development, or work is already ongoing on Final Fantasy XVI for the PlayStation 5 or something along the lines of that, and that wouldn't be surprising, right? But what will be surprising is that they're going to be using the Luminous engine. Have they optimized it better? Is it something to where they can develop for it and get things running as good and as fast as like an Unreal Engine 4? Because if you remember, guys, a lot of the problems with Final Fantasy 15 was the fact that it was the Luminous engine on there. And if you look at what they did with Kingdom Hearts 3, the only reason why this game is actually launching in early 2019 is because they shifted development from the Luminous engine over to Unreal Engine 4. So are they going to continue with this engine? It looks like it here. So I'm hoping that they've made multiple different optimizations and gotten things going a lot better with the Luminous engine in order to not have a 10-year development period or a 6-year development period when it comes to big games and what they're trying to do. Because Square Enix often bites off way more than they can chew. They don't have the talent they used to have there, guys. Let's just be honest here. They're still good. They're still one of the best in the business when it comes to RPG games, but the talent clearly isn't there. If you look back at fans' receptions, you look back at sales, you look back at Metacritic ratings, whatever type of metric you want to use, if you compare what Square Enix used to do compared to what they're doing at this point, it's lower across the board. Just plain and simple, it's lower across the board. So I'm not sure how far they're going to aim for this or how huge they're trying to make this next one, but I'm hoping that it's reasonable within what their developers can do, and we don't have a situation like Kingdom Hearts 3 where it's announced in 2013 then finally releases in 2019, or Final Fantasy 15 announced in 2006 and released in 2016. 10 years on and off, scrapping certain things, going back, saying this can't run, oh this is going to run. I mean, it was just ridiculous. So I'm hoping that they really just bite off what they can chew and they can get a game in a normal development cycle, you know, something like maybe 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 at the most. I mean, there's no need for things to be stretched out across 5-6 years. That's way too long, or even more in some cases. That's way too long for development, and you have to sell way too many copies in order to make some profit or recuperate what you spent. So we'll have to wait and see on this one. Either way, I'm excited for what they're going to be doing in the next generation. Square Enix always has impressive tech, but can the gameplay match? We'll have to wait and see on that. So what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, we've got some more information on Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. So the physical edition of Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes will be released in North America and Europe. Developer Grasshopper Manufacturer has officially confirmed to Gamatsu. So while Grasshopper Manufacturer will self-publish Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, Nintendo will distribute the physical edition. So it's a little bit of a combo tag team type of deal here. So the physical edition will include Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes Season Pass. While Grasshopper Manufacturer could not speak to the specific contents of the Season Pass at this time, it did confirm to Gematsu that it will include new content such as an additional character, adventure scenario, and stage. More information will be announced at a later time. So Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes is due out for the Nintendo Switch worldwide on January 18th, 2019. It's going to be $39.99 here in the US, and I think that this is pretty cool. You actually get rewarded for buying the physical edition of the game. Can you imagine that? Usually you see rewards for digital. You get double coins, or you get this, or you get that, because the developer slash publisher or whatever makes more money off of that digital copy. But they're actually rewarding people for buying the physical version of the game. So if you go out there and buy a physical cartridge version of the game, you actually get the Season Pass, which is going to give you new content in the game. Brand new characters, scenarios, stages. That's really cool. I like that they're doing that. I like the price of the game. We all thought that it was going to be $60, but it's not. It's $39.99. I think they have greatly increased the chances of No More Heroes 3 at this point, because Suda51 did say if Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes does well, maybe they can get going on No More Heroes 3. And I think that with this price point, with this Season Pass, with prioritizing physical editions and rewarding those who buy the game physical, I think you're going to see enough No More Heroes fans jump into this to where we see a No More Heroes 3 at some point, because this is pretty cool. Obviously it's not the big No More Heroes game maybe some wanted, but at the same time, for $40, then also getting this content here, I think No More Heroes fans can at least dig into that and see what the story is all about too, because the story looks pretty interesting with the whole death mark whatever, and the games and all the different independent studios of the shirts and everything like that. I think it looks pretty cool. So what do you guys think about this Season Pass for Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes with the physical edition? What do you guys think about the Luminous Productions, maybe Final Fantasy XVI coming about, and also Reggie Fils-Aimé with Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Great pre-orders here in the US. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet, in addition to YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for this RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace.
She got it all. The looks, the spice, the unmeltable ice. And those false